Yo, check me out, I'm elderb. We're back with Deer Isle, the quest. The quest for Deer Isle. The Deer Isle quest. Something very exciting sounding that will probably result in us either failing the quest and restarting or getting killed. We'll see. Who knows? It is day 5 of this life, which technically that's only like 9-ish hours in, which isn't too crazy. We are making progress towards kind of the beginning of the quest. We haven't done any actual quest stuff yet, but that changes today. We should be able to at least get to the military that's across from Alcatraz and go seek out the key card. So that'll be the first thing that we acquire, and we'll probably chat through the steps of it throughout the duration of tonight. Anticipating server restart in an hour and a half, but I don't think that's been happening. I don't know if... I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Okay, I think they've changed their timeline for restart. So that's probably why I was anticipating it, and it didn't happen. And I think we saw evidence of that on day 4 stream. So I think we're alright. Anyway, plan is 2 hours. About 2 hours. See what we can get done. It's kind of a beeline. We wrapped last stream as we had seen a trio, and I had plans to ambush said trio with the very, very forward-thinking knowledge of the fact that my life would have ended in that encounter with 3 fellas, but they logged out, presumably so anyway. We didn't see them. They rode up on an ATV and a bicycle, and the ATV got parked, and then when I went in after, I patiently waited, agonizingly patiently waited. When I went in after, they had taken the battery and the spark plug out of the ATV, which obviously it had in it since they arrived on it, and then logged out. So I'm assuming we should probably have some evidence whether or not they've been on or not if the ATV is gone. Anyway, tea of the evening is Fireside Spice Vanilla. It's time for some Deer Isle. I'm not actually logged in yet. I just wanted to get you some nice chirps and other such noises going on in the background there while we get in here. So we're logging in now. 5 seconds. Was playing Namalsk with a buddy today, and we would get in a pretty good position and then die. And get in a pretty good position and then die. So I've had several lives just today even. Alright, here we go. So keeping track of where we are in here versus, previous lives. Okay, I forgot I had the AK. That's pretty awesome. What gun do we have? I hate when it's like, oh, civilian rifle sling. Oh, okay, SK is our kind of primary. We ditched the Mosin, and I was honestly, I don't take games to heart, right? Like it's for fun. Am I back against rocks? Kinda. Where's the Livy Tower? There it is there. So we're going to head that way up to the Livy Tower, and we'll take a peek into the camp before we kind of continue. I don't take games to heart like that. I'm not thinking about stuff later or bummed out about anything. But I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. I was thinking about the choice to throw the Mosin in the water, and then shortly thereafter, I don't think I even opened it. I think it's in this mess of an inventory. I'm pretty sure we found a box of Mosin rounds. I'm gonna get shot just looking for it. Yeah, there it is. And it wasn't immediately after, so at least it wasn't heartbreaking. But it wasn't that long after, and I was like, oh, Mosin rounds. But anyway, we have what we have. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's not so coincidental that somebody is running up that right now. Yeah, the Namalsk runs would go very well. We're getting some fights, win the fights, and then end abruptly. And right as we had this plan to go take this boat to go find our logout spot. And that is when the logout was forced upon us, if you will. Okay, we have no land bridge zombies. That lamppost right in the middle of that sandbag bit looks very strange. If anybody is kind of like that way, they're definitely seeing me right now, but I'm more interested to see if we have the ATV in place or not. I don't think I'll be able to. No, it was like Somebody's down there totally gonna get this shot. Is that close enough for me? I don't think so. Well, that's the tree. Okay, yeah, that's just within range. Homeboy over there by the fence. Yeah, that's mine. Okay. Oh, I just walked right by boots. I think I'm good. Yeah, we just picked those up. Good old stag cap. Oh, need to point out I've readjusted the filter for gamma for what you guys are seeing. So pump shotty. Got the AK, I'm not worried about that. So the super washed out bright filter that was kind of going on. High insulation, medium. Alright, we're already better. This is really risky and really dumb, but we're gonna do it. Here we go. Thank you, Clean Gaming 4444. He's got a YouTube channel as well. He pointed out that the filter was a little washed out, which I missed. Even though I can see what you guys are seeing, I think maybe I was just like, oh, that looks better than it used to. So I've toned that down, and just to give you a demonstration, when it goes nighttime, this is the new addition. So like this is kind of the equivalent of what it was before. So now, you know, we'll give you guys a brightened view, so you're not looking at just a dark screen even during the day, kind of like it was. And it won't drive you crazy. Maybe put a gun back in your hand. It won't drive you crazy at night, because you should be able to see stuff. So again, Clean Gaming 4444. Thanks, man. I appreciate that comment. Keep the chatting coming. I love it. I spent all of 8 seconds checking this from up there, so you know it's safe. I gotta do something about the weight situation today too. It's driving me nuts. I have so much crap that's just like wildly unnecessary. I have like the heaviest knife in the game as my primary knife. We'll see if I can sort any of that goods out today. Probably not. We do have a lot of ground to cover. This is a really bad spot to be sneaking over here. So that ATV was against this wall. I think it was on the outside, if I remember right. I think it was like here. Maybe they did pull it inside. I don't remember. The other thing I want to make sure, I don't think many people, God, I hate the PU scope so much. I don't think many people are going to take, I was up there on the mountain, and I ranged into the land bridge here. It was like 450. I was like, all right, if this trio comes this way, I'm gonna shoot him. Like, yeah, good luck starting over. Okay, good job. Yeah, that's, I mean, I can't heavy swing, so we need to get the weight situation sorted today. Because I do stuff like that. I don't even have a 45, do I? Do I even have a pistol? No, but I have 1,000 rounds. I got the Mark II, that's not even in the bar. I do want to keep that Spectre scope in the hotbar though. That was pretty solid for scoping in over here. I keep forgetting that I have it actually. Yeah, that ATV was like on this road, like right here. So that trio, I mean, it's been two days, 3 days, so it makes sense it's not still here. But is that a captain? No. SSG. No mag to steal the rounds. Talking about pistol, I do have a silencer. If I had a gun cleaning kit, that would be slapped together. Warsaw mount. I don't have anything on the AK. I'm using it for. Did that just like morph into nothing? Did I pick that up? What happened? Did I just hallucinate? Okay, Couch Tub is for the SK, so if I find a different scope, I don't think I can put the Spectre on that. What is happening? It must be like just out of range. There we go. I'm using it for close range anyway, so it doesn't matter if that's on there for now. Obviously it makes it garbage to look at, but there's a captain, as we were just talking about it. Actually, immediately after I said, is that a captain, I was like, are there captains since they're stags? Yes. Yes, there are. Okay. We need to do something here. This is atrocious. I think everything's still disinfected. Let's stand in this doorway also. That's safe, right? I want one more spot. Can I get like a control 1 over there? I think I tried this the other night, and I'm pretty sure to no avail, but we're going to try it again. Isabel, good evening. I hope you're doing well also. I really should read that comment for the other streaming platform that can't read you. Hey, hope you're doing well. Isabel, thank you. Oh, I can mount that. But I can't... Can I put that on the SK? I don't know that I can. I think it only takes the PU, right? Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, now I'm happy again with the SK. I did disable... This is a stupid place to do this, and I regret this very much so. But I need to... There we go. I can enable it without dismounting it. I don't know why I didn't try that yesterday. Maybe I did, and I just like didn't click through correctly. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so now I don't need that, so I've got that spot open. What was I just trying to do? Mark 2. What were you doing 35 seconds ago? I don't know. I really should have the AK out, rather. I don't know why I keep looking at jackets. I don't really need jackets. Yeah. Patrol pants with drop stuff in it. Fantastic. It's a combo though, right? Like, well, maybe not. I don't think I've really come across anything that I can say, like, unquestionably that, like, yes, there we go. There's something that, for sure, people have not been through here. I gotta take flashbangs. I can't not. Did that just straight up grab it? It did. Flashbangs and grenades, for whatever reason, I've maybe thrown 3 ever, but I will pick up every single one. Where did that captain go? Is that him? Yeah, fantastic. Stand up also. Okay, I think I've worn out my welcome. I kind of do want to check the 2 bunkers. I might have to bring some friends inside those, and then of course the NBC bit because we still needed an NBC jacket, I think. Oh, I don't want to go up here, but I do. I feel like we are going to lose this character tonight. There are substantially more people on than there normally are at the time of night that we play this, which is fine. Like, I didn't intentionally pick this to not encounter players, but at the same time I kind of wanted to just make it through the quest line. So a setback for a player, you know, encounter that goes awry would be a bummer. However, it would be a welcome bummer, if that makes sense. I'm okay with it as long as we're having a good time with it. Stab vest, some dudes definitely came through here. Stab vest and yeah, we have plate, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt that we're following somebody. Probably a little bit. Like, I don't know. If I had to take a stab, an uneducated stab, let's say, please be a normal zombie, I would say, you know, like 30 minutes to an hour ago, some guys had come through. Well, there's our FX45 we're going to switch out for. I assume it's heavier, but, you know, I don't know. I think the mag is in good shape. The AK is in good shape. We definitely need to clean this up. What am I looking at there? Is that a handguard? Yeah, it is. This is so dumb. I'm pretty sure I'm like super visible through the window behind us. That's okay. We've been doing we've been playing it fast and loose up to this point. Why would we change it now? It'd be super cool if somebody like... He kind of scared me. What is that? That feels like it's got to be like 400. Yeah, okay. Is that a tree? What am I looking at there? Looks very much like a player. Oh, it's that, like that front end loader, like the backhoe. Somebody is over there. And I don't really want to stand here any longer, especially as I'm bobbing around. But yeah, there's definitely players afoot. I would like to take that also, not the... Wait. I'm like, not the thing that I actually could use. It just looks cooler when it's polymer. I would like to take this weapon cleaning kit. Guys, you gotta help me. We got too much stuff. I need a frying pan or a cooking pot, ultimately, is what's gonna save my sanity for this space. Or to shoot some bullets. Let's contemplate this with my my back turned, even though we literally just said, why do I have a CR mech? Are you gonna swap for a CR? What's happening? Why do you do these things? The bummer is... Nope, that's not what I wanted you to do. I've put myself in a garbage position to have somebody be across the way there. Oh well, let's go. I'm not going to sit around and wait for them. If they're paying attention, though, they've now seen me, you know, run down the longest open stretch here possible. Like, I feel like that's somebody up on the cliffside. Or they're running down the road. Did those zombies... Oh, I'm not looking far enough. Did they despawn? Now I'm second guessing myself. There is a good chance they've run behind us. So they've come from this way. That's why, you know, this is 30 minutes to it. No, they wouldn't, those zombies wouldn't hang around that long. I don't know. Let's quit speculating. I have no idea. There are people about, though. I have blood, don't I? I really gotta stop, like, checking inventory stuff at, like, a major crossing in a military area. But it's alright. If we die, we die. Drives people crazy, though, I know. Oh, never stand still. Don't go there. You'll get shot. It will be okay. We'll make it. Let's see if I can avoid him. Nope. Oh, the 45. I completely forgot about it. We gotta go back in there already. Did you get lost? A little bit of a waddly boy. I took a really big chance there. I always hate how careless I get fighting zombies, because then your stuff just gets all smacked up and then, like, you know what entails. Endless repairs. Was it here? It was here. I've got a better helmet now, right? Yeah, I've actually got a pretty good helmet. Crap. Wasn't that gun cleaning kit? This doesn't have a mag. The 939 mag. SV98. That's what I thought. It was a FAMAS mag. No, just ditch it. Just ditch it. We're struggling with being a big fat fatty already. There's no need to make that situation worse. Alright. Back on task. What I do need to look at quite quickly, I would like to go back up to the tower, just so I can peep out at what is going on behind me there. I don't know. I can't explain the zombies across the bridge that despawned. I don't know if somebody had just, like, run around the coast and then disappeared. Maybe they logged out over there. I don't know what that's all about. But I think I would be remiss if I didn't take a peek there. Check for peeps first. Yeah, they were all over there, and they had disappeared even before I had noticed that they weren't there. I thought that bush was one. Is that a zombie behind the bush? Nope, just a bush. Sometimes a bush is just a bush. Alright, let's go down here. In a slightly less obvious place. I can see it's getting darker for you guys, so we'll slap on the old gamma up for you. And now let's take a look. Alright, so we've just made this crossing. I think that tower is up on that hillside there with the camp down below. We're going to make our way to whatever's that red triangle there, the potential heli spot. I think that circle is hunting, yeah. So we kind of need to go down main road. I think I'll just stay on the north coast and hug the coast around, see what's up in there, head directly across the street, go to the hunting area, and then head into this military. I think ultimately those are the three things we're going to get done tonight, and we'll probably log on the coast there just across from Alcatraz. I think that's the idea. So right now we need to go south with the coast on our left, and then it'll wrap around a little bit. So that should be basically the way I'm facing already. Okay, a little bit more this way. And if we end up southwest, southeast is better than southwest. No need to cross the road. I don't think in any of my playthroughs I've ever been down here. But they do tend to blend together a little bit. So on the map, that military area has 3 stars. I think the only one we've been to has been a 1 or 2. We obviously could have just checked that real quick on the map, but so potentially some goodies. I'm okay with the weapons that I've got. Having an SV98 mag, obviously I wouldn't be mad if we could find one of those. That'd be pretty cute. But otherwise I think we're in decent shape. Got a really good close quarters. Got an okay long range. I've not really shot an SK long range, so I'm not familiar with bullet travel and drop and blah 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 blah. But it'll be alright. We will figure it out. Once again, my tea drinking towel. I do need to take. This is so dumb. The server is only about half full, so you know you think about what that could potentially entail. Like that could mean if we stream for 4 or 6 hours, you might never see a soul. And as the night goes on, it does. You know this will be the highest that pop is tonight, as it is right now, or at least as it was when we got on. Geez, it's already been 20 minutes. But that's what's so cool about this game is like the serendipitous encounters where, you know, it's you and one other person on Chernaris, and you just happen to both be heading to the same town. So you see nobody for, you know, 50 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours, and then all of a sudden it's just you and the other guy. When you logged in and you saw one other player on, like you would have never imagined, like it's not even possible that you could run into them. But then here it is, the only firefight in the whole server is you and the other guy. So that's definitely I guess it would have been an intended event to occur for the map designers, but realistically I don't know that, you know, whoever, I'm not super clear on the history of DayZ, right? I get it, an Arma 2 mod, and then, you know, kind of spun off to a standalone, but I don't know that they would have realized what they had. I feel like it was just like, I love Arma 2, I like zombie games, let's smack them together. Like, it's just very cool all around. Coming from Rust to this, and it's like, in Rust you just run around and you're like, there's a player, shoot him, okay, cool, now we got his stuff. And like, yeah, alright, this, in a nutshell, that's what you get here. But there's specific spots in Rust, like everybody is going to go to, you know, on the way to and from the outpost, for instance. But I think that's what makes these map design so special. Sounds like I'm tearing up over here. No, but it's a cool game. I'm having a really good time. I'm creeping on 600 hours, which I know is next to nothing. but looking forward to kind of sticking with this one for a good long while. I say all that. Tomorrow, I was going to say I've been talked into. That's not accurate. Generally larger group of gaming buddies from pretty much all over, really. And not just all over, I don't mean all over the US. Like I'm the only American on the team, for the most part. There's others, but a bunch of Europeans. We're playing a Rust wipe tomorrow, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I haven't touched that game in going on 4 months, and I've been like exclusively playing this. A little bit other stuff, but mostly for review videos and whatnot. So we'll see. I might quickly abandon that. Regardless of that, though, we're still doing Back in My Day Friday. We're starting Quest for Glory 3 from scratch. Not from scratch, but from the beginning, with porting our character over from 2. And then Saturday Z, we're still over in Livonia. So next week, I'm going to meet up with a new player and take him on his first, not his first, but like a run with somebody for the first time to go over how to do stuff. Because he was like, I'm so bored, I don't know what to do. And which I get it. Like, I was the same way when I first played this game. So because of that, we need to wrap the Livonia storyline, if you will, up on Saturday. So we're just outside the bunker in Livonia. We have a punch card on us. It was done when we went on Saturday, so we'll be revisiting that. But the end of the night is going to be his demise, one way or another. So we'll be probably just running around carelessly. Not tonight, though. That is not the plan tonight. I really expected to get eyes on whatever this little, like, settlement is, establishment, civilization. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know if the entire mag was necessary. So here's the bad part too. I need your parts, but not anywhere close to right now. Let's take a tea breather, huh? Oh, I need this. 15 kilos. Oh my goodness. There's a leather kit in the other shack too. I think we're just gonna have to kind of admit what I'll call defeat in the fact that this was probably not gonna be our bear gilly. I don't have anything else for it. I'm gonna throw this down here kind of in these trees, I suppose. But I really also doubt this will be the last bear we encounter, so... Man, that scared me so bad. At first I froze because I was like, what is that noise? And then quickly realized, like, I'm not on Green Hell. I'm not playing Deadfall. Like, there is only one thing that makes that noise. I'm sorry, big brown bear. It was necessary. Now, do I have any rounds? This is how little I have an AK on me all the time. That's not, that's right. It's 5.45, right? Where are you? Yeah. Okay, so I've just relegated my close-up weapon, that's Mosin rounds, to utter uselessness. Man, I need to do something about this mess. I mean, what does your nighttime look like? Your nighttime doesn't look too bad. I'm stumbling around in the dark over here, but I'm not going to be upset about taking half a second to look. Okay. That's kind of a blessing in disguise. I have a leather kit right here. Crap. I'm going to go through the motions and see how big it is. Do I have everything I need that for before I go wasting it? No, probably not. I don't care about the goggles. We don't really need those till the ice sheet, and even then, hopefully we have NVGs at that point. That's over that way. What's that way? East, northeast? From here? Oh, okay. Well, no, that makes no sense. We've just come across, we're like kind of at that spot. The east northeast is like the middle of nowhere. That's very confusing. Unless I'm way further south, but I would have passed this heli crash spot, and we've not passed anything that looks, you know, even remotely like that. If off to the sea, it's east northeast. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. For all I know, this military is no, that's still south of us. Who knows? Anyway, what I was going to check earlier was what was the military we hit. We hit the airstrip on day 1, so that was just a 2-star. We've been in there, so that was a 3-star too. Okay, it's not crazy significant, but let's eat this, and then we're gonna try and use the leather kit on the bear skin. Did I not have a can opener? I just shot an entire AK mag up on the hill here, so now let's go down and have some spaghetti. I need to be very mindful of that I don't have another means to cut things or open cans. And of course it's Deer Isle, so it's raining. Yeah, I just need to see, kind of for first time use of it also, when I use the leather kit on the bear skin, I'm determined to figure out, like, okay, so more like northeast. I think I was not looking in the right spot. Wouldn't that be, I mean, I guess it could be Area 42, but I feel like I'm further south. Anyway, task at hand. I'd like to see how big this is in your inventory. Cutted. Unless that's a, you know, taxidermy or leather working term I'm unfamiliar with. Okay. That's doable. I think I need to, actually. What does that weigh? Under half. Let's go back up here, see if we can find our friend. I don't know what that stacks up to. I have a feeling it's gonna be a max of 4. Oh, I don't like coming up back on this hill either. Where was it? Behind a tree? I know I jaunted down a little bit to find a hiding place for it. I'm glad I was up on that hill because I honestly was not sure which way he was coming from either. Didn't it run through? Yeah, like bushes like this. I'm anticipating the other side of this tree. No? Okay. Oh, no way. Okay, good. There we go. I was about to say, that's a super big bummer that I'm not... I do have another use of the leather kit, so let's do that again and see... Even if we can't stack that anymore, I think I need to take it with. I think it's worth just knocking that part out right now. Yeah, 4 out of 4. Okay. We got it in our hands. Let's get away from there for a second. Burning more of the nighttime than I care to. Just doing inventory stuff, but there's no way. At least I recognized it this time. If he decides to come pay a visit, that's gonna be life starting over. Yeah, we have to make it to the millie spot now just to get the ammo for the AK. Alright, let's get in this side. I'd really like to get the NBC stuff kind of all by itself. We have boxes of ammo still, so I'm go ahead and ditch that. Oh man, that's way bigger than I remembered. If I could get one more spot, there we go. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna start like hacking through all the food and stuff. I just don't want, especially the stuff that doesn't do a whole lot for us, like, you know, the tuna and the sardines and anything like that that we've got. Pieka's okay, chocolate's okay. It does take up 2 slots though. Let's get up here, become slightly less visible. Do I have assault boots on? I think so. Yeah, okay. It's badly damaged though. There's my can opener. Hey, look in the bottom. Maybe you'll find more 308. So if we... What's the... Oh, it's the FAMAS. That's got the rounds that I've got here. Yeah, okay. So FAMAS would be good for close range. If we find a FAL, we've got 3 boxes of 308. So yeah, we'll be okay. We just really need to replace the close range. I'm so curious on these shots. I mean, they weren't like super close. Like, it was relatively distant. Okay, here's that potential heli crash bit. Just burned down buildings. I could go Winchester rifle, ditch the AK, which I know, and then you know, use the SK for close range. That sucks, but I'm just not. I don't want to rely on finding bullets in a place I've never been before. So we'll see what happens there. This is kind of crazy exposed. This will be exciting. Love a sharpening stone, and I don't think I've ever seen one in here. I've seen rifles though, so the 308 is not a pipe dream. That is a potential possibility. The thing that sucks, I'll take some fronta, is time of night right now. It's going to take me, I'm already a slow looter as it is, a slow treasure seeker if you will, but at night too I'm like 3 times as slow just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So far we got a whole lot of nothing. Here's more disadvantage of experience because I'm kind of just comparing. Okay, well, there we go. We talked about it. It's come back to say hello again. Let's take that off. We'll put the suppressor. Oh man, ditching an AK just feels like just so dirty. But it's pretty nice to be able to that quickly kind of make a secondary primary swap happen after just blasting that bear. We are going to keep that paper because right now we can still use it. Where did those go? Down here. Really should. We know. We know what I should do. I should be better at this nonsense that I'm not good at. Organization. I kind of hate the rifle sling for that specific purpose. It went on my bag, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Okay. Alright, so let's drop the suppressor. That's like right here. Oh, it's back that way. Okay. I bet that's across the way, across the bridge. West? Man, Good one, buddy. You know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, big fan of that. Big fan of Mosen's time. We've got a PU already. We don't really need a PU. We're going to hang on to it because I'm incapable of letting things go. And no other reason than that. I'm gonna throw this AK in the water. It's like, if it were a baby AK, tiny AK, mini AK, I don't know where baby AK came from. I don't like that. If it were the little AK, I'd probably be like, yeah, whatever. In the water you go. But the 74 is like, I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, don't do it. This is what's wrong with me. This is my inability to stay mobile. I'm like, I'm too heavy. I have a ton of food. Let's peel this potato and eat that before I eat any of the food I've got. I'm kind of hesitant to keep going through here. I should be switching up here too. But at the same time, if I can find a frying pan or a cooking pot, I would celebrate more than when we just found that Mosin. Oh, okay. Is that a castle? Sure is. Oh yeah, that's right. You have 3 guns right now. You're like a toddler running for the first time. It's like stomp, stomp, and then you better start walking, or you're gonna pass out otherwise. This is cool. You know, the Running Mans and the guys that play this map a lot will talk about, you know, the map creator and, oh, he's so good and he's a mastermind and he's a psychopath and blah blah blah. But like, you get in an area like this, and it's like, it's really unique. Obviously, it's all the same assets, right? But it's still pretty cool to see. Where can I chuck this AK? I'll just throw it in the water. There's no reason to get creative here. Ugh. If you don't play this game, this is too shallow. People will see it. If you don't play this game, then continue to watch for the next 3 seconds. If you do play this game, don't go, but please avert your eyes. This is bothering me. Stop doing weird things. I wish I understood the point of the rifle sling other than off the back. I think that's the only thing that it accomplishes, is it gets it off your back, because it's really obnoxious to look at. We'll take your sweet ghillie though. Alright, so we got the SK there. I did that backwards. That's alright, we'll figure it out. We want that on the Mosin. And this there. And the Mosin there. Okay. Take the mount off just in case we AK up again. I don't even remember when, like which day we got that, but ugh. Okay, if you do play this game, you can continue looking. An evil man showed up, stole the AK, and disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. He went off to perform other evil deeds. This is probably the worst possible way to navigate through this little bit here. I'm tempted to just jump over, but that's exactly when I'd have to swim all the way around anyway. No, I think what we've kind of been shown very recently... I took that weapon cleaning kit, right? No, I didn't have space for it, and I'm terrible at space. I think what's recently been shown to us, I just shift tab there, which is a big pain, was that throwing the Mosin in the first place was a big mistakey. Alright, well if I have to get wet to go there, I'm going to... I probably can't jump. Nope. Oh yeah. It just rained, so it's not that big of a deal, but... Is that a rain? Don't look at that. It comes right over here too. I'm not a room clearer by most standards unless you know somebody's in the area. But something about right now, I feel like we're gonna die within the next like 20 minutes. I feel like I'm in an area. Where was that other bunker there? It's over there. Yeah, I can't jump. That's the problem there. I feel like we're in an area that is heavily trafficked enough that we will shortly meet our demise. I don't know if I've ever been like... I'd love to see a percentage rate of being correct on that. How many times did the hackles on your neck raise and it actually took place? Alright, enough about death. I wonder if those aren't supposed to have anything in them. Like, usually there's something. Alright, we're going to the castle, though. It's that way. We might as well just keep splashing in. Out of all the jankiness in this game, that's probably my second biggest complaint. Not second, but it ranks up there. Top 5 is that annoying sound that takes place every once in a while when you duck into the water like that. I think the next move... Oh man, that's not heavy at all. I thought that knife was like super heavy. I was going to say the next move is to get rid of this big heavy knife, but it's really not that bad. I probably should have kept going through some houses too. After finding a Mosin, that's pretty promising for what we could have gotten. But it's alright, up to the castle. I don't know if we expected somebody to just be like looking over right at that moment. Alright, we got a house here, let's check that. Post-military, post-Alcatraz. I've got to get a cooking pot. I got to get the ability to carry a bunch of water, to cook on the go. And the fact that I have neither of those right now is troublesome. So regardless of where we get tonight, whenever we finish up Alcatraz, I don't know what I thought I saw in that corner. We'll just go fishing, not even for food's sake. We have a decent enough amount of food. But this this is a mess. This is terrible. As we go up to a castle, let's worry about canned spaghetti for inventory space sake. Only the smartest of plays. I think these are only like a quarter kilo as well, but hey, every little bit counts. Just walk up to this castle near a high tier or mid tier military area, just munching on spaghetti. Don't mind me. This is a private server. A locked one-player cap. Alright. Well, that was lucky. I was going to say, how do we get in here? I do have a head torch, right? Because sometimes, and I think it was on Deer Isle here, that would have been a nasty place for a bear trap. I think it's Deer Isle, where I think it was on the top of like an underground, yeah it was above an underground bit, but you walked into the castle and it went dark on you, as if you were underground already. Yeah, that was bound to happen. I don't know why that's the go-to spot for those either. Like, you see that once, and it's not hard to just take like half a second, less than that, to just kind of pause and make sure you're not about to snap your leg. I say that, I'm going to forget it, or I'll go into the next tower and immediately do that. Get down there. My run-in with Running Man's, that's exactly where he had placed it. So maybe it's the Running Man's bear trap spot. I can't jump either, so I was about to say I kind of have to be pretty deliberate with going around that. Okay, so we probably only have the 3 towers. I feel like this is bigger than that, though. Yeah, okay. Much bigger. Oh, geez, okay. I like stuff, as we know, but I really don't want to go to the top of, like, 6 of these things. Assuming you can in all of them. Especially since we haven't seen a single thing yet. Yeah, not even like garbage loot, just nothing. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. It is getting lighter out too, so it might be time to stop whitewashing you, but let me just take a peek. Nah, it's still too dark. We'll leave it on until it actually gets bright. We'll just go see if there's any of those, like, shorter enclosures with the door on it. Check in there. And if there's nothing, we'll continue on. I don't think there will be. It looks like it's all towers. Could care for the rain to go away too. Just getting wet is torturous on the stamina with my current fat body weight. Yeah, I don't know if anything even spawns in that castle. That's a cool little area though. It's like, you know, the old school castle with the rundown village that's been built back up in modern times. What do we got going on down here? Is this... It's like military-esque. Kind of need to get a better view. I could see some barracks on the end there. Left of the marina, over that way. Probably should have gone up to that tower so I could really scope this out. Oh, no way. Do you have to go across these boardwalks again to get to the military bit? This is dumb, but I'm just going to be out in the open here for a second. Yeah, barracks there. Tents. So am I... Is this northeast? Southeast. Alright, let's go over here. Maybe just that way was the bit that we were going to swim, you know, be logged off tomorrow. If that's the military there, just want to get eyes on the map just to make sure, because I was going to go across the street from the castle bit here, which I didn't realize was the castle bit at the time, and check the hunting area. I don't... That's the compass. Good job closing up. Yeah, the castle bit is the heli crash. We're looking across the bay. There's old boardwalks. So the mill bit there. We were going to go to the hunting area. So I think what we'll do is we'll hit the military. We'll see if we can get out of there to go to the hunting, and then go back to the east and log out on near the beach there for next time to get to Alcatraz. I think that's the way we'll go about it. Okay, at least it is becoming daytime, so temperature will not be in such a terrible state. Let's take just a second. Let's go down here. This is relatively concealed. What do we have that weighs so much? I mean, every can is... So it's like every 2 cans is a kilo, thereabouts. Oh, that's not great. I didn't realize that. I don't know... Like, I wouldn't use a... Yeah, I would. I'd take the Vicar over the SK. I don't have an NBC hood up there. I don't like that. That's a good way to lose track that you have one. I kind of like froze in my thought for a second because I swear with the rain there was footsteps, but it's just like everything that doesn't weigh much, I have a lot of them. Yeah, I literally think that's what it comes down to. I mean, I know the plate and 2 guns is heavy. You know, what do we got? Well, if we put that back on a sling. 9. I mean, we're 30 kilos just with the plate and weaponry, but I don't know. Maybe we'll deal with it eventually. I keep saying that. I'm so heavy, I'm so heavy. Okay, let's keep running while I weigh 1,000,000 pounds. I think this is going to be quite extensive as far as how much land this military bit covers. Because we have a half there. I'd like to... That's confusing. I don't want it to do that. I want it to go to the 1.5 times. We don't care about that. I think what we'll do is we'll make across the boardwalks and take the very risky chance that nobody's here. We're already soaking wet. It doesn't matter. And then we'll run out that way so we can hook a right and go to the hunting camp area over there. If somebody's camping right now, like, good for them. they can have it. I don't think that'll be the case, though. Oh, this feels not the right way to go in here, though. That's for sure. Alright, so if there's a player in here, they have a sporter with a sport point, and they're chambering it. That's about the only way we don't die a terrible, dishonorable death on the boardwalk. Even this is cool, too. Like, you know, like, oh, before the military, let's put a bunch of little fishing shanties all together. So there's stuff in here. Okay, and it's gonna be military stuff. I think those are high. They're in better shape. 20 slot, what are these? I feel like this is going to be better color. It's going to look better for when we head out to the ice, the OMK pants, but that is a long way off, so we'll have more opportunities to get cool guy pants. See, look, they're just growing on marinas over here. With times like this, which is always really funny, I'm already in here. This is when I like to double check pop, and like, how careless can we be in here? If this ever gets me killed, I hope it's when I'm tabbed out to go open up DZSA and check what pop is, so you guys get to see it, but I'm not paying attention to it. Excuse me, just come back to you are dead screen. Okay, there's only 5 less players than when we started, so we were about half full when we came on and slightly less than half full, which again could be pretty substantial. I hate this building. You either get like one thing or absolutely nothing, and there's really no in between. Is there a zombie in here? I don't really want to deal with any of them. I don't care what flavor they are. Jungles. We are going to lose this a knife slot, huh? But I could go for the better stuff. I need a sharpening stone before we break that out. Okay, so boot swap is not the most terrible thing to be the only thing in here. So if that's all we get, so be it. I didn't look around at anything. I was just like, doo-doo-doo. These are the same boots, right? Yeah, but these look so much cooler. It matches the motif. And then don't have a gun out. That's usually a good way to go through buildings, right? CR. I'm not really worried about it. I got all excited about the 45. Eventually I'll figure it out. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, how is everything? That'll be the next determiner. Because then I can ditch the Mark II and just roll with that. Okay. No sharpening stone currently needed. The fang is pristine though, if I remember right, so it's going to be kind of silly. That's where I came from. Kind of silly to have a knife on a backup knife when I'm constantly complaining about how fat and heavy we are, but... Is that just a holster? It is. Okay, I want to foolishly take a peek around here. So castle we just came from. Hunting area is that way, which means the front entrance is in front of us to this place. Yeah, there's like the main road there. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's where we saw the barracks, down that way. Down that way. You know what I don't understand about that part in that movie? He's been sitting there forever, waiting for a numbered bus, and has like no idea when the bus pulls up, which I get it's Forrest, right? He's not the sharpest fella, but he like, I don't know, I'm not going to rewatch the movie to find this little tidbit, but how many buses has he seen pull up, and he still doesn't know like how to identify? Let's go with 6 out of 6 buses that have been there. Is this the number 4? Oh, okay. You've been playing this DayZ character for 5 days. How did he die? Well, we were reminiscent on Forrest Gump. What is this? Underground bits? Or just seemingly underground bits? I'm very frightened to see... Okay. We have a head torch, don't we? No, crap. Yeah, we do. Okay. We just can't wear it with the helmet. I'm very interested to see what that's all about. We're going to take a peek. We're talking about Forrest Gump and how he couldn't figure out buses. And then you smacked a captain in the face. Okay, was that there? That was not there. Now it's an SSG, so it's not like I'm excited about it. But I feel like... Let's reenact that. Okay, yeah. Maybe I passed it. Like, I feel like I would have seen it. Not that I'm like, ooh, an SSG when I have what I have right now, but... Can we not? Is this not a thing? No? Okay. It's just a very devious hidey hole where I should probably go through my stuff and ditch just about everything I've got. Alright, let's reload this because I don't hear that many. But I feel like that's famous last. I wonder too, since it's raining, if kind of the range at which he can call others gets diminished. Oh well. I'm so bad with this gun. Yeah, just this gun though. Every other gun I'm a crack shot. It just took 7 rounds. Yeah, okay. I guess he only called 1. Not that I'm complaining. That was our guy from earlier. Maybe a little more careful. The Forrest Gump reminiscences are a good time to kind of take account of the surroundings. I don't have any stamina anyway, so it's not like I can sprint much to attract these guys. Are these like the cage cells? What's going on in there? Might just be like the top of a building bit. Okay, so we do have a cleaning kit. I know you don't have space for anything. I'm gonna have to just get upset with myself, if you will, and just start ditching stuff. Like, let's just take a little pate breather, huh? Hopefully I can munch both of these down. I'm gonna end up with no food though, which is gonna be the super funny part. We'll get to the ice sheet where you've got no food and no, I guess you could get water, but you've got no food, and I'll be like, man, I wish I had cans upon cans of food on me. If I find NVGs, at least I can ditch the head strap, so that's one thing, but the list of the ifs are too large for how much space we don't have. At least we've got plenty of multivitamins, so inevitably when we get sick here from being cold forever. I hate when you do that. Are you upset? Are you crashing? Is there something there that you're not telling me? Oh no, I have like a phantom. One thing right there. If you frantically bash all the keys, that's so weird. On your keyboard. See, it did work. Okay, that's what I just dropped. Yeah, I don't want to not have a cleaning kit. That's exactly when your stuff starts to break and... Ooh. Okay. Once again, not looking around. He's like trapped in there too. I don't think anything spawns around this stuff, but like flopping server to server and playing different lives, I always forget which one has it, which one doesn't. Alright, let's do camo real quick. I don't like the door open. It's like glaring at me. That doesn't seem very military. Fleece jumper. Starting to bog down a little bit on the connection. Hopefully that smooths out shortly. You know, I think that captains should make a different noise. They should have a different idle noise. Really? There's an AK in the water. Now you're just like, you're just drilling it home. You didn't care before, but now... Alright, we already ditched that, and that's pristine, right? Yep. That's fine. We'll leave it. Plus it's damaged. Like, hey, remember when you had this gun and you threw it away? Yes, game. Yes, I do. Yeah, let's top off. We might as well. This is actually... This being where it is even is probably one of the most protected water wells, I would argue, in the game. Like, you can basically... Okay, I've cleared camo, so you know when no one's there. It's water all around us. Literally only that way is where people could come from. So you just face that way. Meanwhile, you start in a starter town and you're in Murder Alley every time you're trying to get a sip of water. Water location rant over. Oh, good. I was starting to dry out. We noticed today on Nabbed, it's super funny that the most like violent PvP area in Nabbed, excluding down south, but actually we can even include down south, is like the town next to the starter town. Like, you've just spawned in, you found a BK-18 or a Derringer, and they're like, oh, kill everybody. Here's ATV here. That's not their ATV. Theirs was white. I got some tents in the back. Okay. I really shouldn't have just like sauntered in here. Tripwire. Cautious. I feel like this is going to be empty for some reason. It looked like ghillie bits. We can start hacking it up. Oh man, I don't even have space. You have space, just stack it. Get on in there. That'll be something we need to start paying attention to also is... Oh, that's not ghillie bits, that's just leaves. Leaves. Heli crashes and getting ghillie bits. Netting and burlap straps. There's only two here? Yeah, the more breastfits all over there. I think that one's better than ours. I want the good stuff. SU coats. I wonder if that spawns with that on there. Okay, I was just gonna start sprinting and I was like, please don't forget that the Captain Zombie thing is a thing. We have a spark plug, we just don't have a battery. And the spark plug is technically for a boat, because that's gonna be more important than just shortening our walks. Our nature strolls, if you will. I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here. That is exactly where I just came from. Could that have been a bear? I feel like a bear would have taken more shots than that. But that was definitely one-sided. Alright, let's just hurry up and loot this, because guaranteed we're going to be the most easy to see. Oh, I would love that dry bag. For keeping the goods dry, obviously. The orange is terrible, though. We're going to be the most obvious to see from them while we're out on this edge here. Handgun scope, don't care. Bison mag. Yeah, I'm kind of hesitant to even keep going over here. They're going to see the zombies. They're going to know that somebody's here. What was over there? Is there more tents? Oh, this is just a shooting range bit, so probably nothing on the end. Let's just pop into these, and then I think we'll set up shop in camo upstairs. Oh, I shouldn't take my time. But you know we are. Colt. Rough shape. Hunter backpack. We're obviously not going to beat the space that's in our current backpack, so I don't even know why I bother stopping to look at backpacks. Is that just pumpy? Yeah. Because at this point I feel like I've probably been spotted by now. I shouldn't have wasted my time over here. It makes no sense that he'd go anywhere else like but here. He's definitely on the way to this mill bit. I don't know why you'd spend the time coming around. It might be the guys that were fighting up east-northeast also. Starting to think nothing spawns in those. Okay, we've got the one with the MVG mount. I do need to get into this like med shack first. Yeah, we'll go into camo, we'll lock the door. Surgical gloves. Nothing else. And we will hope that we can sit and wait. Can I squeeze back through here? Probably not. Come on, Chunky. Yeah, like right now when I'm crossing through, if he's stopped up on, you know, midway up the hill just to spy, he's probably not going to take the stupid way to cross that we did across the boardwalk. I don't want to lock the door and wait. I don't want to camp this out. I mean, if we get a fight, cool, but that's a stag. Time to go. Like, maybe we'll catch him on the way out of here. But I'm not going to sit in a building and wait. It's just not my style either. I don't... If he was in the camp and had, like, you know, got cornered by zombies and shot zombies... That's Alcatraz there. That is for next time. Which I'd have to think about that. I'm not sure when next time is going to be, but we'll figure it out. I'll throw it up on the schedule for sure. With any luck, day 6. But it would be cool to get in a blasting match with this fella. I mean, realistically, he's got me long range also, but I was just about to say, close range, I'd get shredded right now. He had something very automatic, and I'm just going to be an SK. Also running his direction, but I can't resist checking these last 2 bits here. And then we will get out of here. We'll go over to the hunting area a bit. Combat mask. I've got the smaller one, so I'm not worried about that. I was going to check the shed over there, but... Did I just come from that? I did. Okay. Let's see what we can do cover-wise. It is hard to see, though. Like, we probably could have been in there at the same time and not even know it. This is heading west, correct? Well, I'm questioning it. The sun is obviously behind me. Which one more gamma check for you guys? Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll leave it off as it generally tends to kind of brighten up, provided the rain goes away. I thought that tree was like this weird, like, you know, Halloween decoration. Giant skeleton there. I'm gonna come up to this rock a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to see in... No, not really. Yeah, it's pretty concealed altogether. He might be in there looting already or attempting to. There's really nothing left. There really wasn't anything we got. Swap boots, I think. It's kind of the best thing we came across. But yeah, he could have very well been in there and I wouldn't have any idea. We do have to keep the realization that he very well might have seen us and is hanging out behind us. But see, that's what's funny about like the experienced players I play with. And, you know, I get it. Maybe I'll get there too. But, oh, there's still Milton's out here. You know, like, never walk next to a gas pump. Because one time, 5 years ago, I was getting gas and somebody shot it. And it's like, okay, I get it. But the likelihood of every time you're next to a gas pump, some dude is like, oh, somebody get gas, I'm gonna get you. Like, I don't think that's how that works. Yeah, there's a bunch of tents in here that are just useless. That's what I hate that I do when I fight zombies. I'm like, I bet I could get a swing in before he ruins all my clothes. Okay, we need to kind of go that way. I really should have been more wary about spots like that. Now, that dude's not going to be, you know, walking down the street either, so... Come here, shirtless. Yeah, of course that's when you duck. See, that block, I stand by it, but not being able to heavy swing is kind of... It's kind of driving me crazy. Yeah, but that's another one of the tents that just has nothing. I do want to kind of see if I can find this little bay area here on the map. Yeah, okay. So is there a crossing with a convoy behind me then? Potentially? It's not what we're here for. It's not what I particularly care about either. Oh man, but there is. There's the shack. And some stuff. No, we're gonna go do the hunting bit. Stick to the plan. Hunting bit, head back, pretty much pass through where his shots were, and then be on the coast. And that'll actually, that should bring us exactly where we were looking for time-wise, so that should work out just fine. I'm gonna be slightly more cautious and not just go long walking on the beach. Oh yeah, that's the wall. Okay. The way it's dark right there, it looked like the bunker, or a bunker rather. Pillbox. This is absolutely going to be empty. What am I even ranged to? I really should... Okay, 100 is fine. It's like I really should have paid attention to that before a dude is potentially strolling on in. Do. I kind of wanted to, but I'm going to behave. I mean, realistically, like for the kill, the smart move would have been like right after 30 seconds to a minute after he shot, shoot with the SK like 3 times, and then hole up in the camo and lock the door. That's probably what I should have done, but rarely do we do what we should do. This hillside is going to make me extremely visible. Yeah, holy. There's no cover on that. I thought I saw a hole in the wall here. Did I not? There we go. I suppose if you've been down here before, which that's the first time I've been down to this bit, you kind of already know that those tents don't spawn anything, or at least I assume they don't. They don't look like they do. We found nothing in any of those 3 or so that we saw like that. I never made it to the half. Yeah, I do kind of want to get up here and hang out for just a second, because we kind of did a dumb run across the boardwalk. But he very well might go in that way. So for just a minute, we'll see what we can do here. Like I said, there's also the very strong chance that he's already, you know, kind of blasted past this area here. So looking at this one entrance for any amount of time is kind of silly. Well, that's telling though. his hat clipping through, it's funny. Did it disable? Let's be obnoxious in this bush real quick. I feel like it's... Yeah, I don't know why. I thought I had turned that on already. Drop it. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know that took a battery either. Oh, just a little red dot. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Did our stag looking buddy disappear? Okay. We do have our roadblock there. Yeah, because there's castle. Those shots were like there-ish. And there's our boardwalk. I don't know. Maybe he's a player like me and he's just like, you know, that's the fastest way. I'm not gonna be able to get it clean. Oh yeah, I am. Well, you're not making that shot, so don't even bother with that. What is it down here? 2. Not that we're going to sit here for very long whatsoever, but you never know. Maybe he comes strolling down. He'd probably be like, I see zombies, I'm gonna go up on this hill. It's a good place for a shelf. Alright. That's enough. This is not a good spot to scope, quite literally. And for all I know, the longer I sit here, you know, he's working his way through. He might even be, you know, like bypassing it altogether to get to Alcatraz like we plan to do tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, next session. Let's get just back just a touch. What's this visible to? Hopefully just mountainside. Let's Let's double check what we're looking at here. Up the hill from the military. That street was just there. So yeah, if we just go in front of us, we should hit the coast. Coast on the left side, go north, find this hunting camp, and then head to our logout spot. I'm kind of surprised. You know, insulation is pretty decent, but I'm kind of surprised that we haven't gotten sick yet. Been wet and relatively stationary for quite some time. I think what's likely to happen is I thought Deer Isle was bigger than Cherno. I just heard on the video today. I was not expecting this. Yeah, it was like a couple years ago, kind of highlights from Running Man's, and he was talking about how they're the exact same size. But what's different with the two of those, like sure, you know, people are going to be at Tizzy, but I've been into Tizzy and there hasn't been anybody. Well, several times that's been the case. You know, maybe they're just on the other end and they didn't see you go in or whatever, but on this map, sure you run into, like I've gotten into fights in all the towns and stuff, like not all the towns, but in the towns and whatnot. But I think what's more likely to happen on this map is people will specifically and almost exclusively go in the door. Be working. I didn't look for a tripwire. That was really interesting the way I did that. Be looking to do the quest line. So that's where the majority of people, even on a lower pop server like this, you know, under half, that's where we're going to run into more folks. And like the shots we've heard today have essentially been in and around the areas where the quest line is. So that's really funny. My SK was sticking out there, or my Mosin rather, and I was like, what is that? There's a gun barrel here. Okay, once again stupid, but we're gonna do it. You never know, there might be an SSG sitting there. What's with the SSGs tonight? That's been like the gun. Well, this is pretty cool. Pretty gnarly for the unsuspecting though too. Yeah, in the rain you can't even see the, I think it's right there, the boardwalk crossing. Crossing the boardwalk. That bush looked oddly people-like to me. Not people-like, more maybe a zombie, but... Okay, let's stop. Let's stop window shopping and move on. Hunting camp, coastal spot. Coastal spot is once again going to be potentially where that guy was. I'd be curious if, you know, you were going to stumble across like bear remains and stuff, if he just kind of ran into the same type of thing that I did up there. I'm pretty happy about acquiring bear goods already. My concern, not my concern, but my very real thought is that, you know, that's not for me. Somebody was hanging around here earlier. That's not the last time I'm going to encounter said bears, so we'll see what happens there. Alright, I do need to peek at the map again, just to see if I'm south of it still. There's not a lot of real estate up north. I feel like it would make more sense that it's right in those trees. Let's go with this old weeping willow. I don't remember if there's jumping to get to and from Alcatraz. Oh, this is kind of a bad spot to check the map. Maybe we'll do it right here. But I feel like next session, like, rather than complain the whole time about it, I need to organize for sure. Okay, I think that what I just pointed. So yeah, it's gonna be, we're just south of it here, I believe. Yeah, it should be in that little cove. I can't just complain about it. Inventory space and stamina. I gotta do something about it. We have an 80 slot backpack. I have an 80 slot backpack, and for some reason I can't carry stuff. I think we've determined what the problem is. And it's not the game. Yeah, on the map that absolutely looks like that spot is right here. Huh. Interesting. I don't even really know what I'm looking for from a hunting bit. That does confuse me a little bit, though. I swear that map looked like it was there, because there's the long outcropping there. So we kind of have this, like, rounded bit here. Oh, good, a large stick in the way. Yeah, there's the okay, it's at the top of the rounded bit. That's what I needed. Some clear landmark direction. It looked like then it would be right here. Let's just go down. Go down to the coast. If our friend was following us, I really doubt he would expect us to do this very strange from east to west, north back to east, and then down south loop. So if he was aware, we've given him the old slip. I also don't know. Oh, you know what? I bet when it says possible hunting location, I bet it's the survivor camps. Yeah. Look, this is all clear. So whenever there's heli crash noise and it's the tents with the campfire, I bet that's what it is. So we ran all the way over here for nada. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We should be a little earlier than anticipated with running back to the other coast. So we're gonna get to the other coast, we're gonna get Alcatraz in sight, we're gonna kind of maybe scope up and down the coast just real quick to see if there's a boat. I don't think it's done raining, but I think I should probably ring close out. So coast, scope for boat, ring out close, and I gotta start ditching stuff. I gotta start getting rid of, I don't know, anything, ammo. I think I'm sitting on like 3 knives right now, just like a collective garbage filling event, if you will. Am I even going correct? Because I think just directly east, yeah, close enough. Will get us kind of back to where we're trying to go here. So events upcoming. Friday, not only Back in My Day Friday for Quest for Glory 3, also I've got a Halloween video that I've just finished the thumbnail for. What are those guys here for? Those are definitely mine. Well, I don't want to say definitely, but they're in range to be mine. We're going to stay to the left of the tower, so maybe we can get eyes down that valley as well. Halloween video recorded off stream on Halloween Essacre, which is super cool. It did cause a lot, like the particle effects for the Halloween stuff that you'll see in the video. It did cause some really weird, like, you know, my rig is not the best on the planet. My internet connection is decently good. I've toned it back down to 720p for, I think, for the stream and the video. I'd have to check. You guys are going to be more aware of that than I am just by looking at your screens there. But because it was stuttering a little bit, especially for stuff like that. But anyway, like tops of trees and like the sky, it has an effect on that server for that event. So it really came in like very jumbled. So I wasn't really happy with the video quality on it, but it's a little too late to do much about that. But just like the rest of my videos, goofy little video, in time just for Halloween. I don't know how long that server is going to run that event, but it's cool. There's definitely some cool stuff on it. I didn't even make it to the city. I don't think I had like that many hours into it, but there's plenty more to kill you than normal even. Okay, I think this is not a good spot for this either, but I think I don't want to be this far north now. Yeah, we want to head to that south coast before the town and stuff like that. I think like east of the castle is essentially what I'm looking to do. Which kind of confuses. That's the tower I was in to look at the entrance to the military, but that's obviously the burnt out town for the castle, so yeah, I'm north of that. If the castle weren't such a buzzkill, that'd be kind of cool to go in there and scope it out real quick just to see if our homeboys run around. Not that the castle's a buzz, it's a cool looking castle, but it had no goods, and there's a million towers, so I literally could be like jumping between towers, and homeboy could be doing the exact same thing, and we would probably never see each other. It's kind of the summarized theme of homeboy. I don't know why that's his name. I don't know if he's deserving of that. Is that the castle bit with the door over there? I don't know what I want, but I want to go there. Do some rain running. I've noticed that I'm apostrophizing more and more ing words. I'm not even from an area where that's common. Running? Weeping willows? Obviously I did that because it sounds funny. Hold that thought. So this dude is 100% going this way, southeast. Oh, it was the castle, I think. There is a 0% chance that we're not going to have some evidence or another of this dude in like the next 5 minutes here. He almost certainly is in the military. I'm north of the castle, so we're literally like converging paths right now, provided this is actually on the mainland here. We should be seeing smoke if that's the case. Yeah, that crash symbol on the map I think is at the castle bit. The castle's to my left up there though. Those tree stumps. This is already going to go really well. Tree stumps, fire! But I think he is over that way at the military, so I probably should get over the ridge here. But detour on the plan for that little castle chunk bit. Let's go see if we can either cause some shenanigans or be the victim of shenanigans. I don't even really know where this should be. Maybe down on the coast? There's not really any other islands to the east of us either, so I would be able to see. Let's go find out. Yeah, this is kind of the sprinting over here even to try and find this thing is kind of my last straw for my stamina level. I mean, it does make me pretty unpredictable in my movements. It's like run, run, step, step, run, run, step, step. The rain is probably the absolute worst conditions right now, other than a blizzard, obviously, for spotting this thing. We're still kind of heading that same direction, right? Yeah, almost precisely from when we first shot it. I have not seen any smoke, though. I suppose, best case scenario, we're being led to exactly where we were saying we were going to go to end the session. I do want to be mindful of him. If he started running when I started running, he would have been a lot closer if he were in that military. And I weigh between being closer on ground to where I can see it versus being up high to where I can look for it. I didn't think this was all going to be this far out based on what the map looked like, but here it is. Alright, I think I'm just going to have to run down to the coast because I'm not going to be able to decipher between the rain and the trees unless it was pretty clear where the smoke is for this thing. Yeah, I feel like the connection on this server, even with the rain and being in a relatively busy area, I mean the foliage here is obviously pretty well populated. The connection's been holding up pretty well. Quite pleased. I also turned it down quality-wise, so that kind of sucks, but I'd rather have you guys be able to not see choppy stuff all the time. That was cool, I just caught the lightning on your guys' screen. I don't know, yeah, okay, it's getting dark enough, we can pop that on for you. This is crazy, I thought for sure, like, right in this area somewhere. Is it a tent? Is that it? No, that's like one of the place tents, right? There's no campfire smoke? Let's go that way, just in case. Because usually they're all like, they've got the camo up over them and stuff. I think this is just a medium tent. We're still going to switch guns, just in case our good friend is like sitting inside this thing right now. Okay, I don't think so. Oh, there's goods. I mean, it's not good, but there's stuff. I hope that was like the residual thunder noise. It sounded very bear-like. I don't understand where this crash could have been. I mean, I suppose, like, Alcatraz's possibility? But I feel like that's unlikely. Yeah, that's wild. Usually, especially when you got I Survive up, you know, you're like very cognizant of, okay, if it's not that one, it's that one, so you kind of know what you're looking for to keep running. But when you just have the tourist map and it's just like potential crash site, which is always funny to me, like you think that later there might be a helicopter crashing here. Yeah, okay, there's the bit to Alcatraz. I probably shouldn't just like hang out here. That's all dry. You know, we haven't been shot yet. Let's take a second. Yeah, we're definitely on the end of that. It says, oh, it's north of the castle. It would have been in the village. Okay. We said we'd be done in 15 minutes. Restart isn't for 45 minutes though. So let's just go up the coast, just a touch. Even if we spawn up the coast a little bit, it's no big deal. We know we're going that way next time. We'll go up the coast and we'll start ditching some stuff. We were gonna ring out, but obviously that doesn't matter so much. since I have like no stamina anyway. I actually don't even, there we go. I was gonna say, I don't even know if I have space to take a gun, like a magazine out. How much is this way? Okay. Much less than a regular gun, I would venture. Not that it's not a regular gun, but much less than a larger gun, I suppose, is more commonsensical. I do need to be a little bit more cognizant of food. I have rope, don't I? Yeah, okay. Might even find like a little secluded corner of that looked like a gun to me, and then I was like, well, that would be a very large gun. A little secluded corner of Alcatraz, and maybe fish until we get a cooking pot. How far? Castle's there. Yeah, this is a nice wooded area. We can kind of run up to the castle again next session, just to double check that I'm not crazy and there's not like a bunch of spots that spawn treasures up there. Plus I can get eyes on this village again. That seems like the only place this crash could have been. I still have a little bit of running to do though. I'm like super tempted to just pop the EpiPen and go for it, but there it is. Oh man. The fact that I didn't realize that means that that guy is like here. Alright, let's pop out of the tree real quick. What do we got on that? 300. Nope, that's not what you want to look at. I don't see anything around it. Other than zombies, of course. There's a cat down the shore. Oh, I want to go though. I definitely want to go check that out. I feel like it's like a stereotypical like Vietnam movie right now. Soldiers walking around a crashed helicopter in the rain. Sniper hiding behind a tree trunk. Did he aggro? Like out of the corner of my eye I saw him move, but I think he was just doing like his... Yeah, okay. Just his zombie walkabout. I kind of can't not try it. Yeah, there's our stumbly buddy. So we have like... Well, we can see 4. That's also something to keep in mind. They might be on the other side of the buildings and stuff, because that's an awkward spot for a heli crash. This dude is probably up in the trees up here, maybe? Even in the castle. The castle's actually a pretty good spot for that. And I think it's pretty garbage to get over there. Oh, this is dumb. And that little particle effect just creeped me out. I thought I was watching somebody come out of a tree there. Get into these sticks and then we'll take another look. But yeah, I would be, especially if you're good, kind of up there. You just keep eyes on this. That'd be so cool though, if, like, as I'm cautiously scoping in, if he was just rolling up. Yeah, because I don't know if it's as easy as, you know, taking this bend. Oh, okay, it looks that way though. You're just like wildly exposed. I kind of need to duck behind on the other side of the buildings. Maybe crouch from there. That's a stag. This is dumb, but I don't really want to get caught over that. I can't close them in anywhere. Well, this is a way better way to look. I need to shoot him from here. I don't even care about the captain, because there's only going to be like 3 of them. But if I've got the stag, I'm pretty sure that's a stag. Yeah, okay, he's wearing the hat. It's just kind of like, I laughed about it earlier, clipping through his head. Oh, but that dude is probably here. But if I don't take care of him before I make it there, I'll do it when I'm closer. This is so dumb. We might be starting the quest over next session. But what a good way to end it if we can get some sweet, sweet treasures. Yeah, I think it is as simple as just getting up to that bridge and then going across. I don't know if I'm gonna get even better, like a better shot on him than right now. Yeah, okay. Let's just do it. Nice. Good miss. Good job. I'm gonna do it. I know it's dumb. It's so dumb, but I'm gonna shoot. I can't, like, do anything about him when I'm over there. If he was anywhere near around, he's definitely coming now. Oh, even these buildings. Oh, there's so many spots he could be. Like he's the predator. I'm just sure, without any knowledge of truth, I'm just positive that this dude is hanging around watching. Oh, stamina. Okay, at least from the castle side, you know, super unlikely. But all in here, there's just so many places that you could just be around a window and waiting to hear a silenced pistol shot like it's about to happen. There's our captain bud. This might be a second one actually too, so glad we're getting this out of the way. I can't believe I Mosined that dude. The zombie, I should specify. Is this a Livy tower? Like, kinda? There's quite a few over here. Where'd you... What's happening? Good enough. Oh man, I'm even exposed right there. Yeah, that makes more sense. That's usually how my shots go. Okay. We don't need that. I'm not a fan of the dude on the other side. That's pretty cool. Stag vest is bigger. Gurgling and such. We're actually in an okay spot here. Let's just reload this real quick. 22, 22. I did see a bag, but I don't know if there's a bigger bag than one I have. Maybe there is. Oh, there is. There's a 120. I think I can turn your guys' brightness down. It's like this like weird in-between spot where it's like you're kind of dark right now, but it is should be kind of clearing up anyway. Oh, I don't like this. You would have definitely seen, obviously, all my shooting going on. Another captain, we need to take him. Zombies that were used to be here are no longer. IJ. Carry handle. Press vest. Stag combat knife. That just sounds cooler. I thought I heard footsteps. It was creeping me out. I think it was just my sticky boots. Definitely gonna hang on to a pox antidote. Well, this was a trash heli. 64. It's not even as good as my bag. No way. We have pants, right? I should check that before we go. We have pants, but they're the wrong color, preferably. Oh, get in here. Garbage helmet. I don't even remember, like, the stuff that we have, I don't remember. Granted, it's been, you know, this is day 5, but I'm like, oh, my helmet's actually really good. This is dumb. It's time to go. Yeah, overall pretty garbage. Let's check our buddy here. Not even like zombie ammo. Okay, I'm gonna kind of take a breath from that. That would, honestly, that worked out better than I thought it was going to. I didn't know. You don't have a 919 gun. Quit looking at it. You should probably throw away, like, what are you gonna do with 380? Ditch your 45. Do better. Be better. Yeah, I think we're doing all right. I don't necessarily want to be like right here, but I've got to go back the way we came, which now I've definitely made our presence known. So maybe I'm going to do something that people are like, oh, I never log out in a building, but then other people are like, I got killed because somebody logged in behind me. But I think we're going to pick a building that has decent enough, I mean, there's the heli right there, but decent enough cover everywhere. Yeah, okay, we checked this house earlier today. Yeah, and that's where we'll call it. Let's take a peek at what we got going on for next time. Oh, spot on for time, too. Thanks, heli distraction. So we're at the heli crash. Next time we're going to go to the southeast, and then we'll try to see. I don't know where boat spawns are. It would be nice if this had it. Oh, yeah, I wanted to verify of a hunting camp. Yeah, so green dots and the triangles are definitely the when you get the crash sound. Either the camp or the heli. The helis we knew, but that verified that since that was empty. Anyway, we'll head to the southeast of this. If we can find a boat on the way down, cool. If not, we're going to swim over to Alcatraz. Yeah, and get the key card. Should be in the cells. Obviously, there's good stuff there otherwise with the 5 stars. I can only think of GTA style, like, oh, you're so wanted right now. 6 stars at Mount Ketadine. So, yeah, key card. We need to start keeping an eye out for ghillie bits. Eventually for the ice sheet. Key card into Ketadine. What do you get in there? I don't even think I'm saying that name right. Because something that you need for the ghillie to get into there. We can also get, we are only missing a top. So we can also get the top at the crater. And I think that's what we'll plan on. I'm hesitant. I'm actually super hesitant. But we might go from Alcatraz to the crater island. I don't know how I feel about that yet. We'll see. What's the hand? Unknown. Okay, so that's where you go in the swamp and the altar brings you to the temple. Got it. I don't remember seeing anything with the oil rigs. I don't know what's up with that, but very powerful enemies in this area. I've never seen that happen either. Anyway, enough looking at the map. Enough yakking about next time. Thank you guys so much once again, and as always, for coming out and hanging out. Day 5 is complete. Next time, day 6, we'll hopefully get the quest actually started. Other than a decent secondary, I'm pretty happy with where we're at weapons-wise. We need to get a cooking pot, so I should probably start logging out. That guy will show up and come upstairs and just blast me in the face while you guys are looking at a splash screen. We need a cooking pot, so we'll probably go fishing, maybe even on Alcatraz, as dumb as that is. But like I said, this is usually a lower time of pop. That's probably not the place to do that kind of stuff. But I need the space, blah, blah, blah. I'm too heavy. We've been yakking about this stuff all night. YouTube folks, thanks again as always. For everyone, keep an eye out Friday on Halloween. Video coming out for Halloween on Halloween Esker. Back in my day Friday, Quest for Glory 3 on Friday at 9:30 Eastern, and then Saturday Z we're going to finish with the Livonia bunker run and then end that character's life one way or another so we can start fresh and help a new player out is what we're going to do. That'll be off stream though, so we'll chat with you guys about that after the fact. Twitch folks, stick around. We'll go raid a DayZ player. Everybody, thanks so much for coming out, and as always, if you're watching this at a later time, I'm elderb. Take care. Twitch folks, I'm hoping Firetails is still on. I popped into him the other day. Cool dude, DayZ streamer. YouTube folks, I wish I could take you with me, as always. We got Mara Winterhide doing Voyagers of Nera. Really cool survival game. Definitely worth a check.